All right, so I've been getting requests about some business tips basically that are photography, videography, or just in regards to anything business in general. And that's in regards to contracts and invoices. So people are asking, well, where do I start with a contract? How do I get a hold of them? I mean, there is a ton of stuff online that you can Google, but not all of them have the right information, legal information that you need anyway. So what to include on a contract, what to include on an invoice, we're going to turn to my computer and I'll do a quick screen flow and show you kind of what I do / what you definitely need to have in regards to protect yourself, protect your clients, and overall, just so you know that you're safe, protected, and that you'll get paid. All right, here we go. So now on my computer, as you see, I have several screens open that show invoices, and I have 2 contracts to show you to kind of see what I kind of do, and hopefully it helps you out in the end. Also to keep in mind, you're going to need model releases if you say you're shooting portraits and you plan on maybe getting it published or something, or just anything in general to cover your butt if someone wants your image later on, or it's for actual work. So make sure you get a model release. A ton of those can be found online. So let's get down to the important details of a contract, and I'll show you 2. I have 2. My first one is my basic contract. I learned a lot of this when I was in school in regards to film and video, but it perfectly relates to photography or basically anything else you're doing a job for. So basically, what's a contract? It really lays out what you're doing, who you're doing this for, this job, this service, when is it. And yeah, so let's just take a quick look. As I said, this is one of my basic ones, and I have it really, really simple. I usually print out 2 copies of this, one for myself, one for the client, so that way, if someone tries to say someone screwed someone over, you're double covered as well. So basically, you get the client's information, name, address, where is this event taking place, what is it? Is it a wedding? Is it just a shoot, portrait, anything in general, the dates and the time, so that way you can be very, very, very specific. And you can choose a day, you can fill in, I left this basic so you can see, you can fill in when you want the proofs delivered by, CD, make whatever you want, change it however you like. This really isn't a really huge one. Some clients prefer, I need at least 5 headshots, 5 photos, 5 things for our publication. So then you say, okay, here's at least 5. So that way you keep in mind to yourself, I need these 5, and make a list otherwise. So the photographer's fee. What are you charging overall? So say if you're doing a daily rate with your editing time and everything, you say, hey, here's an easy $300. So you do the 300, boom, plug it in, obviously fix it later. Then you can, usually this is all written in, it doesn't have to be, it's better with pen and not just online. Deposit paid. So, people like to give a deposit so that way they know you're going to do it. They have a contract and they're set, and, you realize you're not going to get completely screwed out of it, because that way you have half up front. You have some money up front, so that way you don't get screwed out of the money if they decide to pull out later on. So deposit paid, say they want to pay half, $150 to $300. So you would put $150 down, obviously, and the key thing a lot of people forget is to initial it. So you initial it yourself, so mine would be ER, once again this is a pen, and the client would initial it saying that they got it. So you do this on your own contract for your file and for the clients that they have as well. And just some legal jargon-ish type of thing, and this is how you can kind of improvise yourself. What I have is client shall reimburse photographer any costs that may incur with parking and everything like that, because a lot of people don't include that in their price and they forget about it. So make sure if you're going to a place that they can at least reimburse for parking, or make sure you lay out the terms within the contract. So I have that, and I say my proofs will be delivered to the client. Maybe they want an email, maybe they want a CD, DVD, anything they want. It's right there. So basically, and this is my release form as well, the copyright and everything like that. But if it's otherwise, you can change it, draft something up. Signature, most important thing as well. And you get their signature and you sign it, boom, you both have a copy. So that's my basic one. Now my more in-depth one is something I use maybe for a huger, like a wedding type of thing. So this has all the information you need. So let's kind of just zoom in a little bit on the first one. Once again, it's all about your client, get all of their information, put it around. Once again, it doesn't have to look like this. The biggest thing you're going to have to know, because weddings, you may be in 3 different spots or 4. If they want to get the ready shots, getting the ready shots beforehand, you're going to their house, so that's one location. So make sure you get all that information, the start time, where it's at. You have to know everything. And also always ask for parking. Once again, I reiterate that because you never know what the stipulations are. Event 2, so that way, maybe you're going to the church now. So you go jot that down as well. Where's the church? Everything like that, blah, blah, blah. Event 3, this is now you're leaving the church. Maybe you're going to go to a nice park to take photos for them. So then you jot that down as well. Time, event 4, this is now you're going to the party, the reception. This is where you're going to have, the fun pictures, the dancing pictures, and, all the typical kiss pictures and everything. Put that event information down there as well. So that way you're covered, and that way you know exactly what you're doing on the day. Organization is key. Photographer runs events. If you haven't thought about it, you're there to tell them, hey, we have to do the cake at 7:40. Let's do the cake. And it usually jogs their memory because they're all over the place and semi-drunk anyway. So basic stuff, pricing as you go to, really just fill it in yourself. Then it's always agreements and copyright and everything, shooting times. Yeah, I mean, it's just simple stuff like that. Responsibilities, travel expenses, once again, usually in regards to video, if you're doing more videography side, if you're in a union or anything like that, you get paid like 55 cents a mile if you're doing a shoot for a company or a client. Model releases you can include in there, but you lay all this out as well. And once again, throw in whatever you need. That way you are covered in the end. Payment schedules, security deposit, change in names, events, and everything like that. Once again, you have to throw in the signatures, or basically it becomes null and void, and you might get screwed out of it. And at the end, I always lay out, you're getting, I'll throw you prints, you're getting your DVDs, your CD, my service, my editing time, my travel, boom. So that way, they know what you're paying for. Now, I really wanted to talk invoice. And I cleared out some of the stuff in here, and I left some of the stuff just so you could see. This was from a video shoot that I did for a client for, as you can see, Connects Toys. So what I have is like job number. This is an earlier invoice. That way you keep it easier for your files. Just make sure you have something that says invoice, something that's very easily readable and just has a lot of this stuff here so that it's easy for the client or whoever you're asked to pay you to look at stuff. So this is just for me for filing purposes. Job 3, job number 2 of the same shoot. The date you're making this invoice, and then payment terms. They usually do daily rates. Or you can change it out to however you'd like. And due date, when you expect to be paid, you can put multiple dates in if you'd like. So, as in job, once again, you don't have to lay it out like this. You can lay it out yourself. Just try to include this in some way. A job, what you did. So, you photographed. Or if I did, video work, I would say camera assistant, director of photography, anything like that. Now, the biggest information to get down, and as for tax purposes and everything like that, is your client's business name, their address, location, zip code, state, everything like that, as you normally would, just mailing something, attention, and who's paying you, who is in charge of getting the money to you. So you write that to their attention, business phone number, fax, no one really uses a fax anymore, and email. So you would email this to your client, or if they ask for you to mail it, you mail it. Now in here, this is where you can put in multiple things. So this job, I did a daily rate. It was $250 for a day, and I think I did. So a second thing would be, miles, mileage or something like that. Then you'd put that in, then put in the amount, and just add it up at the end. Once again, it shows you exactly what you did. It shows you what you're doing. One important thing is to say payable upon receipt too, so that way they know exactly who to pay for and what exactly they're paying for. Put your name, your address, wherever you are, and your cell phone number, any contact information. So yeah, so that's what I have in regards to invoices and contracts. I said model releases are very easy to find. It's very, very simple. Basically saying, hey, yeah, you could take my photo. It's cool. All right, cool. That's it. You just need a signature. Really important stuff. Hopefully this helped you out a little bit. If you need any advice in regards to that business type of stuff, please let me know. I will gladly help you out. So comment down below. That's all I got. Eric Rossi, the guy with the eye, giving you some business advice, contracts and invoices and releases. Take it easy and, get paid.